Wir haben 4 Vorträge jetzt in dieser letzten Sektion vorgesehen. Und zwar starten wir mit 2 Vorträgen nochmal zu dem Thema HTR, also Handwritten Text Recognition. Und ich stelle Ihnen zunächst vor Herrn Mauricio Villegas. Er ist wissenschaftlicher Mitarbeiter am Forschungszentrum für Pattern Recognition and Human Language Technology an der Universität in Polytechnic in Valencia. Er wird seinen Vortrag auf Englisch halten. I'm very proud to have you here. He is from the READ project and he talks about technologies for indexing, searching and information extraction in large collection of time images. Er wird uns nochmal sozusagen die Grundproblematik einführen der HTR.
Thank you for the introduction. So, I am Mauricio Villegas and I work in the PRHLT Research Center in Valencia. So I'm going to try to give you a vague idea how the technology works, what we're developing and what we're working on right now. So at my research center we work at different research areas. You can see here the list. So handwritten text recognition is only one of them. Within handwritten text recognition there are several topics because it's not just search. So of course we develop systems that, given an image, it tries to recognize what it's written there. But also we work on interactive predictive systems, which evolves a bit different. So you have instead it's a system which assists a person to transcribe some text. So the idea is to get the perfect transcription. That simply the computer aids the person to do the transcription, with the aim of having requiring less effort from the person to get that perfect transcription. So that's one topic we have been working for several years. Also, another topic is text-to-image alignments. So that's problems in which you have images of handwritten text, but you have the transcriptions, but it's not aligned. And there are applications in which it's useful to get a correspondence between those transcriptions that already exist and the images. Just to go back to the images and check, or we also use it to get training data to improve, to get better models. So the presentation, my presentation mostly will be about indexing and search, which is, I guess, your most interest. And well, we're working in several research projects. We're working with Genealogy. We're also a partner of the READ project and a partner of the IMANES project. So, as you know, there are massive collections of handwritten text, and if we had perfect transcriptions, we could use digital text technologies to index that and search, so it wouldn't be a problem. The thing is, we can develop automatic recognition systems, but these recognition systems are not perfect. So if you take an imperfect transcription and index that, well, it's not so useful. And if you consider massive databases, you could think about doing interactive transcription and get a correct transcription, but that is very expensive if we talk about large collections. But well, the good thing is you can actually index these images without having an explicit transcription. And it's not entirely important that the system recognizes it perfectly. So I will try to give the idea why this can be done. So this technology is based on the same techniques that we developed for handwriting recognition. So these are holistic approaches. They're word segmentation free. So that means that unlike, for example, printed text recognition, which is quite easy to separate the words, in these techniques you don't need to do a pre-segmentation of words to recognize them. So that's recognized. And then as part of the recognition you segment the words. And well, in this technology you can distinguish two kinds of models. So models are like what the machine learns in order to do recognition. So there are two models. So one model is the optical character model. So that what models is how the characters, written characters are visually apparent. So how people write and so on. And also you have a language model. So that's how characters form words and how words form sentences and so on. So for each of these models, you have different data that you give the system so that it is able to train, to learn from those examples. So in the optical character recognition, it's images. You need images and the corresponding text. But in the language model, it's only text. So it's sometimes, depending on the application, you have text available, but not the images. And that can be useful to improve the recognition. These techniques do need to do a line segmentation to determine where the text lines are. And well, you need an alignment of the transcription to those lines in order to train. So the idea of indexing can be illustrated with this example. So for example, here you have 3 handwritten text lines. The graph at the top is like you see several hills. So the idea is for a given position of the image, you estimate the probability that a given word appears. So in this example, it's the word is matter. You can see that there's 3 instances. So the idea is that the system is able to give a high score to those positions where the word matter appears. And here you can see another example, which is matters, so matter in plural. And well, the idea is that you get low probability for that. How do we manage that? So it's visually very similar to matters, but since the language model is also taken into account, it considers not only that it has an S, but that the following word is not, and so on. So it can determine if it's plural or not and give a certain probability. So for each position, you get a score for a given word, but it's not only for one word, but for several words. So you don't have to restrict your system to the one best recognition. So you have a lot more information to do the searches. Apart from this, you have we can do approximate search. So there are words explicitly indexed in a database, but maybe someone searches for a word, but that is not in the database. But there are techniques to do that search. And also, we're working on getting search queries which involve several words. I'm going to show a demo in a moment. Another problem is getting text images and filling a database. So this is an example of marriage records. So the idea is here to identify the names of the groom and bride, for example, their parents, and so on. And a category-based language model can be used to disambiguate, for example, the names of the parents of the groom or of the bride. So now I'm going to show a demo. It's real. It's running here in my laptop, so there are no tricks. It's not a real application. It simply tries to show the technology, because for a particular application, you would need to develop something specific that deals with that problem. And maybe I'm going to show the demo now. So here you have several data collections, and you can search within those with a single word here. For example, I search for London, and you have a collection. You go into the collection and you see chapters, and within chapter you can see pages, and what gives you a rough position of where the word appears. Of course, it's not perfect. So in this example, you can see London here, but there's another London here at the bottom. So this depends on a threshold that you set in order to get the results. So if I lower the threshold and search again, no, lower. And then you get it. So this threshold doesn't necessarily have to be set by the user. It may depend on the user or maybe the application how this is set. So you can also search for multi-word queries. For example, Ana Maria. So this is trying to find pages in which we find the word Ana and Maria. So, for example, you can see Maria and Ana. You also have it here together. But the search was simply to find pages in which those two words appear. So it could also be so here I have searched for Ana Maria, and it has to be together first Ana and then Maria. And also the other way around. Maria Ana. So this strange language for search is also not for a real application. It's something that a computer would do. So the ideal would be that, well, depends on the application. But you could do like in Google, like you search a natural language phrase and you search for that. And automatically the system, for example, if you search for a singular word, it will search for plurals and synonyms, and then you get a broader result. So here show a graph which shows the performance of the systems for different collections. So it's not important what the numbers here mean, but this is a curve which relates how precise the results are and how many results you get. That depends on the threshold that you set. So if you set a high threshold, you will get less results, so less false positives. So it's more sure that you will get the words that you're searching for. So you get a high precision. But there may be an application in which you really want to find all of the instances of some query. So you lower the threshold, the person would see a lot of false positives, but of course what he wants to do is to find all of the instances of those words. So it would be here lower, so you find a higher recall and lower precision. And well, conclusions. Fully automatic handwritten transcription is not too accurate. Manual or assisted transcription is too expensive for large collections, but indexing can be done. It's of course the better definition of the system, but even if there are errors, this can be useful for many applications. And well, it can support approximate search and multi-word queries. I showed you the demo here, but it's also available in a web page. And well, in future work, and ongoing work, we want to support full text search, so more natural language queries. Also, there needs to be more work on the line detection, and it would be nice to do experiment with really large collections, because what has been done until the moment is relatively small collections.